is freedom? Does it mean to be in complete control of your own choices, or does it mean to have limited choices within a larger framework that is preset? Good morning, everyone. My name is Imad Ahmed, and today I want to talk to you about a subject that is often overlooked and ignored in today's society: modern slavery. When we think of the term slavery, we may think of the transatlantic slave trade or the forced labor of the past. But the truth is, slavery still exists today, and it takes many different forms. But what is modern slavery? It is the use of force, fraud, or pressure to exploit people for labor. It is a crime against humanity that affects millions of people around the world. Although it is illegal in every country, it still persists, and we are all responsible for it. One of the most prevalent forms of modern slavery is the exploitations of workers in low-paying jobs. Many people around the world work long hours for little pay, unable to escape their situation due to the lack of options and opportunities. They are forced to work in conditions that may be unsafe, unsanitary, or even dangerous. With no hope of improving their situation, they are essentially slaves to their own jobs. Modern slavery is not only a physical form of exploitation, but also a psychological one. The use of brands and consumerism is a common tactic used by entrepreneurs to maintain control over their customers. Many people often desire specific brands, despite their higher costs, as they believe that these brands are a symbol of status, success, and quality. Furthermore, the desire for these material and possession things can be so powerful on an individual that they may become slaves to technology as well, constantly checking their devices and social media, and also sacrificing valuable time and attention to the detriment of their mental health and overall well-being. Modern slavery can also involve being a slave to time. Many people work long hours with little to no breaks, leaving them exhausted and mentally drained. They may be denied their freedom to take time off and make their own schedule, leaving them at the mercy of their own higher-ups. The pressure to meet tight deadlines and work at a fast pace can also contribute to the psychological trauma inflicted upon modern slavery victims. Corporate slavery is another form of modern slavery that is prevalent in today's society. People work in jobs that are not fulfilling solely to make ends meet. They work solely to make ends meet. They are essentially slaves to their own needs and wants, unable to break free from their cycle of consumerism and materialism. We all know how today's corporate world works. People around the world gain education with the aim to secure a position in one of the leading universities in the world. Then, once on board, they are subject to various rules and regulations, some written and some not too explicit. They work long hours. And can be forced to work beyond their specified job descriptions and beyond their designated hours. In highly competitive markets, this is without any extra perks or promotions, but just to retain their jobs. This, in my view, is a form of the modern repression in which an organization exploits a worker for more amount of work done with the same amount of pay. Let's look at another scenario. As we all know, most of the world's population lives in underdeveloped countries that lack basic resources, have political instability, and uncertain law and order situations. To gain access to basic resources, the masses have to reach out to influential people. Given their helplessness, they are prone to exploitation by these influential people. We have seen numerous cases of young people being trapped early on in life in illegal activities by these influential people by offering them basic resources. Things are not much better in the developed world. The people in power with political authority rely on our sense of servitude and our need to be thought of what to think and what to do. With the powerful media houses and the narrative being built, the masses are made to adopt a single line of thinking. Continuing modern slavery could lead to a rise of mental slavery, in which individuals would be easily controlled, resulting in a society devoid of compassion and basic human decency. The individuals would be reduced to mere cogs in a machine, and the outsiders would be looked down upon. What can we do to prevent modern slavery? The first step is to educate ourselves about modern slavery and its different forms. Then we must be vigilant in identifying and reporting instances of modern slavery. And finally, we must advocate for change in government and corporate levels. To sum it up, I take a quote from Tony Gaskin, a motivational speaker, that to be content does not mean that you don't desire more, but it means that you are thankful for what you have and patient for what's to come. This allows us to make our own decisions at our own pace, without the unnecessary pressures that keep us free. Modern slavery takes many different forms, and it affects millions of people around the world. We must be vigilant in identifying and reporting instances of modern slavery, and we must advocate for change in government and corporate levels. But most importantly, we must examine our own lives and make conscious decisions to break free from the cycle of modern slavery. Thank you.